Welcome back from that commercial. And we're back for segment number 2.
Commercial there.
Big Derek's got something he wants to bring to the table.
Yeah, we got to talk about this healthcare thing. I know we talked about it last week, but of course, from what happened over the past week, we have to touch on this again. Just want to know what everybody thinks about, the mandate, and they think about the passing of this bill and what it's going to do for the country, for you and I. I sort of like it to a point because it's going to make everybody start paying.
I think it's funny that the person that they're going to pick to try to shoot it down is the one who basically wrote the bill, passed it when he was governor.
Yeah.
And I also find it funny that everyone hates the personal mandate. All the conservatives do, but personal mandate was written as a response to what Clinton did when he was in office about letting everybody go to the emergency room and get free health care without being turned away. Because remember, before Clinton was there, certain hospitals could turn you away because they didn't want you. And people died going from hospital to hospital.
Right.
If you ever watched the show Sicko, there's a very sad story in there about a woman whose daughter was allergic, ate some peanuts, went to the health care. They sent her in an ambulance to their hospital. On the way over there, she died. Where if she had been treated at the hospital she was at, she would take care of. But that was what Clinton tried to fix that. And when he did, the Heritage Foundation came up with the personal mandate to make everybody responsible and take care of themselves.
Isn't that a conservative
That's just how funny that
website?
They hate that. Yeah, it is a conservative group. But personally, I thought it was hilarious. I thought listening to Laura Ingraham and Beck and Hannity and Rush and conservative friends that I know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The world was ending. Our rights are gone. We might as well just move.
I didn't really talk to anybody about it. I didn't really hear much of the shows this week, so I didn't really catch much on the media from the outside world. Anyway, besides my own point of view of it.
What do you think of it, Christopher?
It's sort of like what we were
talking about. What do you think of the law, and then what do you think of it the way it was passed?
I would suggest to you that this is a plan that is coming together over a long period of time. The first step, because the Clintons couldn't get what they really wanted, they implemented.
So, in the aspect of Hannity and Rush saying this was something they've been planning for a long time, you agree with that? Because I do.
Yeah.
I have no doubt this is what they...
Obamacare is nothing but the insured path to single payer. I'll just throw that out there right now.
Right. So we agree with you, Rush, on that.
It's been a plan to make it that they couldn't get what they wanted, so they took whatever they could get. And they take a little bit here, a little bit more. And now it's kind of forcing us into it. Now we got a decision to make as taxpayers. What would be a better system? The single-payer system would be better than what we have now instead of getting penalized.
Right.
I would like to offer this. There's enough money collected by the local, state, and federal governments right now to do everything that we can do to fix this country. They are already getting enough money from just the taxpayers, not bribes or anything else.
Yeah.
There's already enough money in the system to fix a lot of the problems with what's wrong with America. It's just corruption. It's corruption.
Too damn crooked.
They just want to,
Yeah.
We need to spend $90 billion a year in defense. Yeah.
Everybody wants their other hand in the cookie jar, so to speak.
I mean, as far as the health care bill goes, like you said, they added the thing where we couldn't.
The defense budget.
Well, we couldn't. We can't turn away people. So the people who are already paying for insurance right now are already paying for those people who don't pay their bills.
Yeah, so
they're already paying. So to complain about one thing, I did want to mention about the whole discussion about because I was listening to NPR and I heard them come out with the verdict on for the grand jury or Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Decision on
not grand jury, but yeah. When the Supreme Court ruled on that, I was listening to NPR. I turned it to Glenn Beck immediately because I wanted to hear the response.
Mm-hmm.
It took him a couple of minutes after NPR to acknowledge what the actual ruling was, and I gotta tell you, it was pretty funny. I had a pretty good laugh in my car. I was having a real good time with that. I just thought it was hilarious, especially when he said, God works in mysterious ways, and it pisses me off. I just thought that was the funniest shit.
Beck's pissed at God now.
Yeah. But one of the things that they
God
keep saying
you,
is that one of the things they keep saying is that they lied to the American people. Blah 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 blah. For all you conservatives out there, did you bother to read the bill at all before the decision was made? Did you not know what the language of the bill was? Are you not aware of the constitutional law? I mean, are you just unaware? Because they didn't lie to the American people about it. For one thing, the American people did not vote on this issue. The Congress did. So, I guess if you want to say it that way, but
I think that should be a voting.
The people elected Democrats, so they had the majority and they were able to do this. That was the will of the people. So they weren't lied to, weren't fooled or bamboozled or anything like that. It's exactly what it was. They didn't change the writing of it. It's not a lie. It's not Obamacare. He didn't author it.
Most of it came from, like I said, parts of the Bob Dole care. A lot of it came from Dole care.
Okay.
Because when they were trying to bring their whole thing around and change it, everybody's tried to get a finger on healthcare in America. For some reason, we have fallen behind everybody in the world on this issue. Every major power in the world. I mean, even China, their workers get taken care of. And as someone who's never had healthcare in my working life, my adult life, since I was off my dad's, I say the hell with it, because it ain't never done anything for me. So yeah, if it destroyed their health care, so be it. But I think that there should be personal care for everybody. I think in America that should be, we're supposed to be so much better than everybody, but yet people like me that work every day and pay our taxes, we can't go to a doctor without it costing me $9,000 because I had to use the emergency room just to get something taken care of. That's just wrong. And yet they say, well, you'll hear Handy and Rush always say, well, you can always be taken care of, just go to the emergency room. Well, that doesn't work. It costs way too much money. Like they say, a box of Kleenex in an emergency room costs $25. Okay, aspirins cost like $100. There's a little bit of a problem there. That part has to be fixed.
Here's what I think of healthcare in general when it comes to the American people. What I think the American people should ask. This is just my opinion, but this is what I would demand of the American government, and that is that we are truly treated equal to one another. That what I'm saying is if healthcare isn't good enough, government paid for and ran healthcare isn't good enough for everybody, then nobody should get it.
That's right.
Nobody at all should get government paid for health care.
Right. Why should Congress? Why should the president? Why should... Sorry, vets. I think you get everything you should, but why do vets? Why do the extremely poor?
Yeah.
Why do children? If a middle-class person can't have it, then why should everyone?
If it's such a danger and such a troubling thing for American society, why does it exist now? The whole state of Hawaii gets free government health care.
You know what cracks me
up
about
the whole state of Hawaii, where only rich people can live.
If they were to make a single-payer program where everybody had insurance, do you not think more people would go to the doctors? Therefore, more doctors would have to be hired.
Yeah,
more nurses would be hired. More hospitals would be built. Yeah. More money would be spent on prescriptions.
Yeah.
Well, I told Gary, I said if Barack Obama gets elected, I'm not voting for him though. If Barack Obama gets elected,
vote for neither one of them.
Yeah.
Just change the world.
If he gets elected, her ass is going into a medical field somewhere. I told her I don't give a fuck what you're doing, but you're fucking doing it. And she's like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm like, oh yes you are, because there's going to be a shitload of people needing her job. Get your ass up there now. It pays good.
Nursing, billing, and all that stuff's higher. Like
everything.
We should all put in one person's name. Just write it in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm going to write it in. I'm going to see who's available on my
if seriously, people, you want to change the world, don't vote for Romney or Obama.
No, any of them.
Well, don't matter.
Independence,
because as long as we can't change the fucking...
You can write your name in,
people who work at Goldman Sachs, so we can't really do
Write my name in, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to write me.
Me.
I'm Everybody
There we
write
go.
me on there. They'll be confused as hell.
USA.
They'll look for somebody, and somehow Obama or Romney will
American.
be named me.
Just write in American. Real American.
And they'll still both win. There'll be a fight
No,
for
a
it.
real American.
It doesn't really matter. I'm telling you guys, it does not
No,
matter.
it
You
doesn't.
want to sit here and worry
What?
about Republicans or Democrats?
Right.
Trust me, that's
It
an
doesn't
argument
fucking
made to
matter.
confuse and separate the
Right.
people. It's made
For
to
no
to
reason.
conquer and divide. If you don't fucking know,
Yeah.
it's old as fucking.
Hard to divide in the country with just fucking having two separate parties.
What I found
Fucking
hilarious
stupid.
about it, though, it was a conservative judge that passed
Turned?
this.
There was the
What
fifth
did he
bit.
turn, or did he do what was correct?
Right. Who knows? Maybe he
Because
was getting
and the
someone
way he
to
looked
cover
at
money.
it was okay for them to make it a law.
He was probably getting
Just
money
like they make you
somewhere.
pay for sales tax.
How much
or make
money do you
pay for
think
car
the insurance industry stood to make from this?
Oh, billions.
How much money do you think they invested in trying to sway the opinions of people?
Well, look.
How much money do you think was spent in this
Tons.
engagement?
I mean, I heard one of the look. I heard Mitt Romney talking about how he wanted to keep the mandate. So if you had it, pre-existing conditions would not be taken out, so it'd still be paid, and that no child could be kicked off, and all that kind of stuff. And the people said, "Well, how are you going to do that without having an individual mandate?" Because the only reason the insurance companies agreed to Barack Obama's plan was because they were getting 30 million new clients.
Right.
And the only reason they were going to do it is because they were getting 30 million new clients. Now, why is that? Because they were going to get a whole bunch of money. So, if he's going to undo Obamacare and put something else in there that keeps pre-existing conditions and all that stuff on the table, what's he going to do for the insurance companies? If he's not going to give them 30 million new clients because it's not going to be mandated, how's he going to, pay them? He's not. That's what cracks me up about the Republicans. They want to get rid of it and throw it away, Obamacare. They say it's horrible.
Don't call it Obamacare because he didn't even
It's
write
not.
it.
Well,
He
right.
didn't.
The health care law.
I don't like that.
So
name.
Affordable Health Care Law is the name of it.
But they have never brought up a plan of their own. To this day, they just tell you what they don't like about it, what they're going to throw away, and what they're going to keep. But they don't ever tell you how, or how it's going to be done, who's going to do it, who's going to benefit, who's not going to benefit. I mean, what's so wrong with Obamacare? What's so horrible about everybody being able to go to the doctor?
I have a problem with this because if you look at car insurance, like we're mandated
See,
by the
that's
state
what I'm worried about.
to own this thing, and basically, what do you get for car
Because they
insurance?
can make you pay anything they want.
That's right.
make-
You have to have it so and they're gonna
Yeah.
charge every business nowadays, no matter what the fuck they're doing. They charge whatever the market will bear.
And the
So
market,
if somebody
you
over
gotta
there is
have
getting
it, they're
paid
gonna bear it.
$5,
Just
that's
like
right.
gas.
It's just another corruption. Just goes to show you that both parties are evil.
I have serious
Both parties.
reservations
They take
about
good
that
things that
because
should be done and
I'm
they
not
ruin it.
totally in favor of all this. I'm
Because
just
it's all in
saying,
money.
if
It's all
you're
got
just
to
gonna
do with
make it
fucking
like that,
money.
just fucking call it Medicaid for all.
Well, that's what I said a couple weeks ago.
Right.
I said, my plan, Medicaid for all, you made under a certain amount of money, you can sign up for it, knowing that the hospital and doctor you're going to see is not the greatest, but at least I could go to a doctor when I'm sick instead of having to go to an
I got a
emergency
question for you
Right.